Iran has launched retaliatory missile strikes toward Israel after unprecedented joint attacks by the United States and Israel targeted key military and nuclear-linked sites across Iranian territory, dramatically escalating tensions in the Middle East. Explosions were reported across northern Israel as air defense systems were activated to intercept incoming Iranian missiles. Sirens sounded nationwide, and Israeli authorities warned civilians to remain in protected areas as the country prepared for further retaliation. Iranian state media said the response was a strong and inevitable reaction to what Tehran described as coordinated aggression against its sovereignty. Officials warned that events had now entered a phase whose consequences were no longer under control. The retaliation follows large-scale US and Israeli strikes overnight that hit multiple locations across Iran, including central Tehran. Iranian media reported missile impacts near University Street, Jamhuri District, and the northern Sayyid Khandan area, while attacks were also reported in western Elam province. Among the reported targets were the Iranian Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of Intelligence, the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran, and the Parchan military complex, facilities long associated with Iran's defense and nuclear infrastructure. US President Donald Trump confirmed Washington's direct involvement, describing the operation as a major combat mission aimed at eliminating what he called imminent threat posed by Iran and preventing Tehran from acquiring nuclear weapons.
A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people.
Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz said the strikes were intended to remove threats against Israel, while US officials told international media the joint operation involved both air and naval assets positioned across the region. Reports from Washington suggest that the strikes may have gone beyond military deterrence. Analysts and officials cited by US media indicated the operation may have aimed at weakening or even decapitating Iran's leadership structure. One strike reportedly occurred near offices linked to Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who Iranian officials say that had already been moved to a secure location. Communication disruptions were reported across Tehran following the attacks, with internet connectivity dropping sharply and several Iranian news platforms facing cyber disruptions. The escalation has also triggered immediate regional security measures. Israel closed its airspace to civilian flights and declared a state of emergency, while Iraq shut down national airspace, and the US embassy in Qatar instructed personnel and citizens to shelter in place. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian was reported unharmed, but senior Iranian lawmakers warned that the confrontation had crossed a dangerous threshold. The timing of the strikes has raised significant geopolitical questions. The attacks came just as negotiations between Washington and Tehran over Iran's nuclear program had concluded around another round of talks in Geneva, prompting analysts to suggest the operation may have effectively derailed diplomatic efforts. US officials have indicated the military campaign against Iran could continue for several days, raising fears of a wider regional conflict involving multiple actors across the Middle East. For countries across South Asia and beyond, including Pakistan, the escalation carries major implications for energy security, global markets, and regional stability as one of the world's most sensitive geopolitical fault lines move closer to open confrontation.